Hello, and welcome back, guys. Another week, another episode. How are you all? I hope you are all well. I am your host, Bashira, all the way from London, England, and I am your host, as I've been for the past few weeks, week to week, as we take in the amazing love audio drama series, Better Than Ice Cream. So, guys, let's do a little recap. Where are we at? It was quite steamy and quite complicated, I think is a good word to use, the last episode last week, right? So we basically had Derek proposing to Janie at his mother's birthday party, and shock, gasp, horror, Janie accepting. In addition to that, we have Lance, who's just discovered that Stacey is pregnant. So we've got drama on both sides, and we need to find out what is going on. How can Stacey be pregnant with Lance's baby? Well, obviously on reflection, this is something that happened previous to him getting together with Janie. You know, she's got this declaration of love, really, and now she's actually accepting the marriage proposal of Derek, her ex-partner, the guy who actually broke her heart, the guy that she actually took painstakingly plans to get away from because this guy broke her heart. So what on earth is she doing actually accepting his marriage proposal? It is complicated, guys. You know, like on Facebook, when you see the status, whether it's like single, married, divorced, it's complicated.com. So guys, listen, we need to discuss a couple of things. Let's talk about the mothers and their energy. I mean, we have two mature women who obviously love their children going at it. They are literally standing against each other, basically in opposition to each other, because they're feeling that their child is the person that's in the right. When all along we know that there are some real skullduggery things going on behind the scenes that both mothers are completely unaware of. Is Lance completely innocent? Is Janie innocent? Is Stacey innocent? Is Derek innocent? We can see that there's lots going on. But even having our two mothers, our two central mature characters having an argument over their children and really going at it with each other, woo, guys, it's it's toxic. But we need to stay tuned week by week so we can find out how this amazing love audio drama series is going to actually complete itself. How do we get from the beginning of where we started, when we had Janie and Lance, who literally had this 15-year hiatus where they never saw each other, never had any contact with each other, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, bam, they're in each other's lives again, falling in love, getting intimate, getting sexual. Poor Janie's naked underneath the bed while Stacey walks in with Lance's mother, for then Stacey to find out that she's pregnant, and she knows that dropping this bombshell in front of everybody without even telling Lance first was to have the maximum impact, and she certainly did. She's absolutely broken Janie's heart, and on top of it, Janie, of course, as we know, has accepted the marriage proposal of her ex-partner Derek. Did she do it to save face, or does she really still have a thing for Derek? But because she's so kind of caught up with Lance, she's confused. So guys, from week to week, you're tuning in with me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. As we do every week, we have some level of interaction with the audience, whether I've got a guest in the studio that I'm asking questions to and having a real dialogue or conversation with, or I'm interacting with you, our amazing audience, by way of accepting your questions and kind of having like a, a discussion about what the main points are that are coming up week to week as we look through the episodes. And just to remind you all, as well as being your host, I am actually also a singer. I'm a songwriter and an actor. But as you know, week to week, here in the capacity of sitting in this amazing chair here in London, England, I am here as your host for Better Than Ice Cream, the amazing love audio drama series produced by Diana Copeland and also written by Diana Copeland and directed by Julia Sadinsky. So guys, are you ready for the next installment, the next exciting, complicated, diverse, but extremely delicious episode of Better Than Ice Cream? I certainly am. Let's take it all in.
This is the time. Look into your eyes. I look into your eyes. No longer mine. No, you're no longer mine. The silence was found. In silence we're bound. This is the night. Now you and this is the
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm here to see Derek James.
Great. Can I tell him who is here to see him?
Stacy Martin.
Okay. Do you have an appointment? I don't see anyone on the.
Just let him know I'm here, okay?
Okay, well, he doesn't take unscheduled appointments. You can't just walk in like that.
Well,
I
personally,
think
I
I
would
just
refrain from
did.
making any deals with that
Bye-bye.
organization. Publishing that book would just legitimize bigotry. It's just not a good idea. Jim, hold on a second. Wait, let me call you back. It seems I have an unexpected client. Okay? All right, will do. What's your name again?
Stacy.
Right, Stacy. I thought you'd be somewhere living happily ever after with your baby's daddy.
Yeah, me too, but that's not quite the case.
So what can I do for you?
You can take a look at this.
Stacy held up her phone and showed me her screen. She scrolled through her photos. Okay, so there's photos of Lance and Janie on their mother's porch. And look, there are photos of them jogging again. And now there's one of Lance putting his love letter in Stacy's mailbox. Okay, you have a great private investigator. But what do you want? A 5-star review on Yelp? You showed me these the first time we met, remember?
Just refreshing your memory because apparently you don't get it. You're not holding up your end of the deal.
Deal. Are you nuts? There is no deal. You were a stranger before you barged into my office crying like a little baby, showing me photos of the woman I love getting cozy with another man.
Not just any man, my man, your arch enemy.
Anyway, seeing Janie with Lance, it pushed me to step things up, do what I needed to do to keep her. So thank you for the heads up. But now, goodbye.
Ah, if only it were that simple.
Actually, it is. I don't know what kind of scheme you're trying to cook up here, but I'm not like you.
Oh, but aren't you? Wasn't it you who tricked Janie into thinking it was you who wrote that letter? I gave you the heads up on that. Oh, and bravo on asking her to marry you in front of your mom. You knew she couldn't say no. That was brilliant.
Okay, look, I see your little spitfire. Tell me this. What is a beautiful girl like you running around spending her time like this? I mean, really, who are you?
Me? I graduated Harvard, top of my class. I just made partner at a top law firm right here in Atlanta, but I'm also a damaged woman. And I'm tired of giving my all to men who can't keep it in their pants and end up making me feel unlovable. It's the promiscuous, thirsty women like Janie who perpetuate this behavior, and I'm done letting the other woman win. Nope, not this time. Not with Lance. Janie is a homewrecker, and I will destroy her before she.
Ho, 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 calm down. Aren't you taking this a little overboard? Stacy walked over to me. She leaned in close, as if she was telling me a secret. Her lips slightly grazed my ear.
Your woman is in love with my man. If we drop the ball, game over. Now make that wedding happen ASAP.
Stacy put her sunglasses back on, and she walked away without even a glance back. She might have been a little crazy, but I hated to admit she wasn't wrong.
With my head buried in my pillow, I opened one eye and knocked over 2 pint-sized ice cream boxes, searching for my phone on the nightstand. Finally, I tapped snooze and checked my messages to see if Lance had called.
New message.
Janie, honey, where are you? The wedding planner wants to meet with us tomorrow afternoon. He's the top planner in the country, so I don't want to disappoint him. Please call me when you get this. Oh, I'm so excited. Bye-bye.
New message.
Come on, girl. Pick up the phone. If you need to talk to somebody, I'm here for you. Call me.
New message.
Janie, I thought you might need a little breather, so I gave you some space. After the other day, it was obvious we needed to talk. If you're up for it, meet me at Keely's restaurant at noon. The one around the corner from you? I have some information about your book also. The sooner we talk, the better. I hope to see you there.
I tossed my phone in the sheets and rolled onto my back. Thoughts of better times with Lance rotated in my head, right along with the blades of the ceiling fan. My mind traveled back to the day we stopped at the basketball court after our morning jog.
Wow, I can't believe this place is still here.
Yeah, it seems a lot smaller than when we were kids. It would be nice if the city put some money into it, you know?
Yeah, it could use a facelift. I haven't been out here on this court in a minute. Not since.
Since the last time I dunked on you. Remember that?
No.
I know
Well,
you
whatever.
remember that.
Well, let me see what you got now then. Hand me that ball over there.
All right, now let's do this. Okay. So every time one of us makes it, we get to ask the other person a question. You first.
All right, bet. Watch and learn.
Oh, that was just lucky.
See?
That was just luck.
Mm.
All right, so what's your question?
All right, let's see. All right, I got it. Did dating me ever cross your mind in high school?
Oh, this is embarrassing. Yeah, yes, it actually did. You were my secret crush. I mean, you were the only guy that treated me like my opinion mattered. True story. Look, on prom night, I cried for hours after seeing you and Teresa making out in your room. Ugh.
Oh my God, no! You saw that?
Yep.
You were too young to be watching that, Janie.
Anyway, we were the same age.
Yeah, but that girl has some skills.
Ew, Lance, shut up. Give me that ball. It's my turn now. Okay. So you taking notes? You taking notes? Because
Joe shot.
swish.
Ah, that was fun.
Okay, so my question is, how come you always got back to school after summer vacation and acted like I didn't even exist?
Here we go. You really want to know?
Yes, I really want to know.
I was used to breaking hearts back then, you know that. But I always knew that you could be the one to break mine. So if I ever poured out my feelings, I could be hurt. There you go. So I just kept the creeps off you, kept my distance, and waited to build up my courage. But when you left for college, I kicked myself for waiting too long.
Really?
Yeah, really. I spent a lot of nights thinking about you, wanting to feel how your lips move in a kiss. I always felt connected to you, Jamie. And now that we're together, I know why.
Okay, stop. Just stop.
I'm sorry if that was too much information. It's real.
No. I just want you to stop talking so much so that I can kiss you. My snooze alarm brought me out of my thoughts just before my mom knocked at my bedroom door.
No need of me asking if you okay. I know, my child. Do you remember what I used to do when you were a little girl and you had a bad day at school?
Yeah, you would read me stories at the kitchen table while I ate ice cream. It was in the middle of the night. Dad would be sleeping, and you'd be yawning more than me.
Well, babe, stories and ice cream won't fix grown-up problems. You gotta allow yourself to feel it. It hurts, but it'll make you stronger, smarter, and then you move on. Wisdom comes with pain. Now, you've been in this room for 2 days. Have you found an answer to your problem in here?
Oh, well, no.
Then get back out there. The answers are not in here, they're in you.
My mom kissed me on the forehead and walked out. Today, I was going to push myself back into society, no matter how hard it might be. Derek flagged me from a table in the corner, and I made my way around the waitresses carrying trays of food.
Hello, beautiful. That red dress looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. Derek pulled my chair out for me, and he sat back down. Derek, look, I'm sorry about the other day.
You really don't
I
have
don't
to
know.
apologize. I know about you and Lance. I mean, it was pretty obvious after the other day. But what can I say? That's all my fault.
I stared at Derek curiously as the waiter poured our water.
Look, I sent you out there on a rebound brokenhearted with my childish behavior. You can't be blamed for your actions.
I exhaled with relief. Derek had provided me an easy way out. Well, then you know I can't marry you.
I was afraid you'd say that. But yes, I have to respect that.
Thank you.
However, I would encourage you to give it some thought. Not just because I love you and I want to save us, but for your career.
What do you mean?
Khalid Willis seems to think a big wedding and some press would just do the trick.
Khalid Willis? The top celebrity publicist in the country? You talked to him about me?
Yeah, and he loves your book. He knows all about how it became popular for all the wrong reasons. He thinks he can turn it around for you.
What? Shut up.
Yeah, I invited him to lunch. Well, there he is right now. Khalid, over here.
Hello. This must be the lovely Janie. Sweetheart, you are wearing that red.
Oh my God. Thank you. I can't believe you're taking me on as a client. I thought you only worked with the elite, you know?
And you're correct. But darling, when I'm through with you, you'll be one of them. Besides, your fiance has paid a fee more handsome than he is to fix your career.
Really?
You see that sexy red Bentley in the parking lot?
Oh my God. That's beautiful.
Uh-huh. I called Uncle Ben. And Uncle Ben is all paid for because I'm here with you. Now let's sit down and get started, shall we?
Khalid has already figured out a really good business plan.
That's right. And it starts today. People love your book, but hate the ending, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of bad publicity for that.
Sweetheart, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Now here's the plan. We're going to focus on engagement, transparency, and brand management.
Oh, I get it. I'll engage with the fans of my book.
Uh-huh.
But what do you mean, brand?
You are going to become the poster child of the strong black woman. That's your brand.
I'm not sure I follow.
You'll teach the world to be strong like the characters in your book. Instead of showing her weakness for love, she walked away. And that's okay. We'll do a press tour in North America, the UK, and Australia just to begin with.
Strong black woman. I like it. But what about transparency?
You're going to let the world in on the biggest day of your life, your lavish wedding and marriage to one of the biggest business moguls and eligibilist in the publishing industry, Derek James.
We'd have to get married?
Absolutely. Immediately. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't. Isn't there another way that we can do this?
Look, you're already engaged. You may as well milk to save your career. People will love watching the fairy tale wedding of the infamous strong black woman. Now
Khalid's
let's get
voice
started.
took
I
the
need
background in
your
my
article.
world as I noticed something he and Derek didn't. Lance and Stacy were across the restaurant being seated by the waiter. My mind said leave, but my body stayed frozen. My eyes were glued to their every move, each one breaking a little piece of my heart. Like when he pulled out her chair, the way she flipped her hair out of her eye and smiled at him, and did I just hear him chuckle? I'm over here miserable. What the fuck was he so happy about? Uh, Excuse me, gentlemen. Before I burst into tears, I removed myself from the table and made a beeline for the restroom. I needed to get a hold of myself.
Hey, girl, hold on. Little Anthony, you got one more time to bite my dog, okay? Janie, are you there?
Girl, guess who is here at Keeley's?
Don't tell me it's Lance.
Yeah, and he's here with that witch.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. And I'm here having a business meeting with Derek. Oh, what should I do?
Go finish your meeting. You gotta live your life. Oh, but it probably stings a little watching them together, huh?
A little? I don't know, Tiara. I came home to heal, but instead my heart has been sent on this roller coaster of emotions, and it just seems like no matter what I do, the world insists on teaching me some kind of lesson.
I'm sorry, sis, but you can't stay in the bathroom forever. And might I remind you that you are a queen. You are ambitious, the most fearless person I know. And you're an accomplished author. Queens don't do restrooms.
Tiara, you are the most badass bestie a girl could have.
Ditto, sis. Bye.
Bye. Okay, Janie, head up, back straight. I walk out of the restroom, but as soon as I turned the corner, I bumped into Lance.
Janie?
Hey,
Hey, When I saw Janie, every part of me went on pause while my thoughts caught up. Damn, I missed her. I imagine grabbing her waist and pulling her close.
Lance looked even better now, for some reason. He was the kind of find that would stop any woman in her tracks. But for me, it was always how modest he was about it. I mean, anyone could see that he was handsome, but I knew that inside he was just as beautiful. That's what I missed.
You look good.
So do you. Look, for whatever it's worth, I didn't mean to get engaged to Derek.
What the hell does that even mean, Janie?
It means that sometimes people make mistakes, Lance. I mean, did you intend to get Stacy pregnant?
But I asked you to disconnect from that guy, and you come back engaged? Part of me wanted her to cry and apologize for humiliating me. Then explain in what world was it okay for her to laugh with Derek about my letter? My first time pouring out my heart in a letter, and it's funny? Nah, I had been a fool for her, but that was over now.
If you would just let me explain.
You know, I don't even know who you are anymore, Janie.
I felt an invisible tension building between us. I'm the same Janie that you fell in love with.
Then why the hell are you here with him?
It's a business meeting. And how can you talk when you're here with her?
Stacy isn't the one who made me look like an idiot. Did I just say that?
Wait, did he just compare me to this chick? Are you serious right now?
I'm more serious than ever. Stacy's having my baby, so you should get used to seeing us together. And for you and your accidental fiance, y'all can have a nice life. Excuse me.
Lance brushed past me like I was a stranger. My eyes followed him all the way back to the table with Stacy. He mumbled something to her before they both broke into a harsh crackle of laughter. Oh, my stomach was in knots. He really doesn't love me anymore. Anger washed over me quick. I refused to let him see me broken, putting my tail between my legs and running to the car. He needed to hurt like me. I walked back to the table and sat down with Khalid and Derek. Okay, guys, so what day are we having this wedding?
Wow. Guys, hang on a moment. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming? That Stacy and Derek actually know each other. And bigger than that, the two of them are actually deviously behind the scenes working against the relationship, of Janie and Lance. Doesn't it all make sense now? Doesn't it all make sense? And we're still left with the penultimate question of who the author is of this letter. Is it Lance or is it indeed Derek? But hang on, let's backtrack because, guys, this is a big one. Stacy and Derek know each other. Stacy and Derek are literally tearing down Lance's and Janie's opportunity and their chance to actually get together and to have harmony with each other. They've literally come with the salt and the pepper, thrown it, literally overdosed it, in fact, to ensure that poor Janie and Lance are literally left in tatters. Who saw that? I didn't see that. That's pretty amazing. Wow. And guys, where do you think it's going to go now? The fact that Stacy and Derek are determined that Lance and Janie do not get together. It's quite obvious to me that Stacy is extremely devious and Derek's been for the ride. He's just as bad, but he doesn't actually need to do much at all. He just kind of sticks a finger here and sticks a toe there and makes sure that it's all being and regurgitated to ensure that he gets his woman, Janie, and that Stacy gets her man back, Lance. Wow, if only Janie and Lance actually knew what Stacy and Derek were up to. Wouldn't that be simply explosive? I mean, whoo, wow. And guys, let's pick up on the fact that, you know, Janie is obviously missing Lance and Lance is missing Janie, but they're now literally in the vicinity of each other at this restaurant. Janie is with Derek and Lance is with Stacy. I mean, it's incredible. You can just imagine the inner dialogue, obviously, that's transpiring in each of their minds. But wow, Lance's response to Janie, I was like, hang on a moment. So now you want to be vexed? You want to be vexed with Janie for having interaction with her ex-partner, Derek, whilst you're still having interaction with your ex-partner, Stacey, and on top of it, she's pregnant. You want to be getting at Janie for accepting the marriage proposal of Derek? I mean, come on, two wrongs do not make a right. But how on earth can Lance be looking sideways at Janie when he's got his own little drama going on? Do you know what? I think it's something about the psyche of men, because that ain't right. You can't be looking at my girl Janie and looking down on her, side-eyed 1, 2, 3, looking at her with her ex-partner interacting and accepting his marriage proposal when you yourself, Lance, are with your ex-partner who's pregnant. Madness, absolute craziness. And then on top of that, he gives Janie the cold shoulder, goes back to the table with Stacey, and the two of them are kekaying, laughing, and poor Janie's left there thinking, what on earth are they talking about? Are they talking about her? What's going on? And so what does she do? She returns back to the table with the publicist who's been gifted a Bentley by Derek. Wow. She returns back to their presence and she turns around and says flat, clear and to the point, when are we getting married? I mean, you could see how she was literally completely confronted with the fact that in order for her to progress her career, the publicist wanted this public show of a marriage between her and Derek. She really didn't want that. Her heart is most definitely with Lance. But seeing Lance's behavior to her in that moment and the fact that he's with Stacey was quick enough for her to retreat back with that thought and say, you know what? Damn it, I'm about to put my career first. When are we getting married, Derek? Wow. Did you see the twists and turns, guys? Hasn't it been phenomenal? Isn't the writing exciting, dynamic? Doesn't it keep us week to week? Woo, it's intense. But let's have a little bit of interaction, social interaction with our amazing audience. We have Alicia from Farmington Hill in Michigan, and she says, I knew Stacey was up to no good, laughing out loud. Girl, we all knew Stacey was up to no good, but the extent and the depth of her no good, ooh, who could have seen that coming? That she would literally be in cahoots behind the scenes, deviously making sure that poor Janie and Lance were never ever going to have any peace and harmony in their relationship, and then to drop the absolute bombshell of being pregnant. She does not want Janie and Lance together. She wants her man back. She is not playing, and I completely agree with you. I knew that Stacey was up to no good, absolutely. But did I foresee it twisting and turning in this way? Whew, I certainly didn't. It's been so interesting. We need to continue week to week to stand in tune and listen to what is going to happen next. Wow. Let's have a check out for the next question and see who's online again now. We have Jasmine from Waco, Texas, and she says, I wonder if Derek told Stacey where he and Janie would be having lunch together. Now, isn't that an amazing question? Because you have to wonder, how is it that both of these couples turn up at the exact same restaurant at the exact near enough same time on the exact same day? That's not a coincidence, considering the devious nature of Stacey with cahoots working behind the scenes with Derek. They want to absolutely ensure that they mash up. Let's go Caribbean now. Mash up the poor relationship between Janie and Lance before it even has a chance to really start. I mean, these guys obviously have feelings for each other, and there's obviously backstory drama with their ex-partner. But sure, if they were given a real chance to just have each other, be in each other's company, have a real heart-to-heart, unearth all of the crap, I'm sure they'd be able to work it out, because love is just that. It's love, and it really finds a way ultimately through all the muck and the mire. But not with Stacey at the helm. She is ensuring.com that poor Janie and Lance do not get it on. We are going to have to wait and see what happens. I am literally on the corner of my seat. I want to know what's going on. And let's take one more question from our viewers, our listeners, all over you guys are all over the world, really. You literally are all over the world listening in. So we have a next question, and it asks, Derek bought the publicist a Bentley to convince Janie to marry him immediately. Good stuff, laughing out loud. You see, thank you so much. That's Damon from St. Louis in Missouri. You are absolutely right, Damon. The fact that Derek bought a Bentley, that's a very expensive car. You don't just buy a Bentley. That's serious calculation and money as well. To buy a publicist a gift to ensure that he was going to get his marriage to Janie is serious calculation. So you can see how both of these ex-partners, Derek and Stacey, are determined to have their mates back. They want, you know, he wants his ex-girlfriend back, Derek. He wants Janie back, and it's clearly obvious that Stacey wants Lance back. They are so determined. They are literally doing anything possible to get these partners back and to ensure that Janie and Lance do not get it on. What do you think is going to happen, guys? Do you think that Stacey and Derek are actually going to pull this off? That ultimately Stacey is going to keep Lance and have the baby and they'll be happily ever after? And let's look at Janie. Is she really going to marry Derek knowing ultimately in her heart that she absolutely loves Lance? But these guys, Lance and Janie, have to work it out. They have to see sense. They have to get some serious clarity and recognize how they are both being manipulated and played. And on top of that, you have the mothers arguing. Guys, it's Toxic City. You are going to have to tune in next week to find out what happens. Personally, I cannot wait. I am super excited to find out where do we go? How does this happen? Where do we take it next? Amazing writing by Diana Copeland, who is the producer and also the writer of the Love audio drama series Better Than Ice Cream. So exciting, so delicious. Wow, guys, please make sure you tell your friends, your mum, your dad, your cat, your dog, your goldfish. They've got to tune in for next week's episode. We have got to find out what happens next. I cannot wait. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure being in company with you, listening through the latest segment episode of Better Than Ice Cream. I look forward to welcoming you back next week. My name is Bashira, all the way from London, England. I so look forward to you joining me next week. Take care. See you soon.